Today I'm going to do a wear test of the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I just wanted to do a quick get ready with me, I guess, and I guess we should get started. Okay, well, now that I have my Super Saiyan look going on, I can get started. I'm gonna start off with the Catrice Prime and Fine, just regular setting spray, because I do want to give the foundation a chance to shine and not sink too far into this desert. So I'm just gonna do a few sprays of this. Getting used to chatting in front of the camera with people while this dries for a second. But first, coffee. I did want to just talk about, like, I've been thinking since I put up my first video about, like, mental health a lot, because, I mean, I don't think too many people will watch this besides people I know, so I'm going to speak to those people, I guess. I was talking to my friend about posting that first video a few days ago and how it just really messed with me. Like, I have had self-esteem issues for, I don't know, as long as I can remember. I remember, like, being young and thinking my mom preferred my cousins over me. So, like, my self-esteem and, like, self-worth has been pretty much in the crapshoot most of my life. And, like, it gets to you. Like, even if it's something you're used to and it's something, like, that's pretty much the norm for you, which is just awful if that's the norm. And putting up something on the internet, no matter what it is, if it's a part of you and it's something that you enjoy and something you love, which for me, makeup is that thing. Oh, that was the Cover FX Water Cloud Primer, by the way. I got it in that Ulta gift with purchase, and I'm going to give it a shot. First off, it's very soft. I'm liking that. I'm also gonna go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and some spots. But yeah, so, like, makeup is something I love. It's something that just has been with me through college and high school, and it's something I've grown with, something that has grown with me, and, like, as many issues as the beauty industry has, which, trust me, I am aware of them and the effects it can have on your mental health. I still love the beauty industry, and I think there's a lot of magic to it and a lot of joy to be had when you stay aware of the different issues that it can present to you and others, especially targeted demographics like young people who are looking 20 nowadays with products, and it's the norm. So, like, there are definitely issues, but it's still something that has brought me joy. And there for a while, I want to say like 8 months, maybe a year, I didn't even touch my makeup. Like, it was so bad for me mentally. I was not enjoying anything, like, at all. And that's one of my only hobbies. And that sounds sad. One hobby. You know, I need to go to the hobby store, buy one. You know, I just really wanted to talk about how, like, putting something that you love online can be so hard, even if you don't expect people to look at it or see it. And my friend made a really good point that it's because of the vulnerability of being seen, which is usually associated with, like, the concept of love and stuff like that, right? And it makes sense because, you know, you're supposed to love yourself, and putting yourself on the internet is like putting a mirror to yourself, and being aware of that concept of the perception others might have of you, it can be really wearing on your psyche. So, pause. Morphe M439, I'm going in with this brush and I am going to blend this in. I don't usually use a brush for foundation, but I think this calls for it, and we'll see how that turns out. Well, that is very full coverage and I am liking it. It also has the claim of being a second skin, and I immediately will agree with that. I'm loving this coverage. Anyway, so you have to like love yourself, right? And I think it can be really hard, like especially when you put yourself in the lens of how others might perceive you. You see magnified flaws because you are worried others will see them too, right? For me, putting myself out in the beauty industry, something that I love, and the fear of people seeing me in a way that I can't control just really kept me up at night. Like literally the night I posted that first video, I was up most of the night just anxious, and I was just like worried, like even if it's just one person I don't know seeing the video, I can't control how they're seeing me. I can't control, you know, their perception of who I am, which is, you know, scary for anyone with like any sort of control issues. And I am definitely a type A personality, as much as I want to come off pretty chill. I had to push through it because like, why in the world would I let myself get in the way of something I love? And this is not meant to be something serious. This channel isn't something I'm banking on or something. I just, for the first time in my life, have time to really enjoy makeup and, you know, expressing that joy. And let's just talk about this coverage. Like, I love this. My freckles are still shining through, which I always appreciate. And then, you know, look at this. It feels like second skin. I am very pleased. Yeah, so going in with the Laura Geller Spackle Concealer. Oh, and that foundation was in, I think it was Nude Beige. Yep, 032. And this is in light medium, so just Spackle Concealer. Gonna go in and highlight some areas and blend that in real quick. So I had to make the active decision to tell myself to screw off. But I think it's so upsetting when it's something you love and it's not even others trying to tell you you need to, you know, not enjoy it or whatever. Because yourself can be your greatest critic, which is not a new concept at all, but being aware of it and being aware of like the consequences, because for me the consequence is, you know, not doing something I love in a way that helps me express it. And that was just unacceptable to me, because the only thing stopping me is me. And I know it's, you know, a little deeper than that, but I wanted to show myself I am capable of things that, you know, 10 years ago when I first started, I wouldn't have been. And also I started this channel not only to have a, I don't want to say filter, but like filter for something I love, but also because I have family that lives, you know, 2 hours away that I don't get to see as much as I would like. And, you know, I have a little cousin who loves makeup now, and I love that we can share that. And for me, this is a way to communicate with her without, you know, having to be down there or things like that, because I can share something with her and let her know I am thinking of her, even if it's not like through like text, because she is like, you know, a teenager and doesn't like to text me. It's fine. I am going to go in and use the Real Techniques. It's supposed to be a setting powder sponge. I'm gonna give it a second chance. I gave it one. I didn't like it, but I'm gonna give it a second chance because I'm going to go ahead and start baking and then do my eyes. I did go ahead and just use my concealer as my primer for my lids, but I want to bake a little. So I'm just gonna pat that in the Collab setting powder, and this is in Ivory. And then while it sets, I'm going to go in and do my eyes. I just feel like this sponge eats powder, which, since that's its sole purpose is to set powder, I think that's a pretty bad thing to do. But I did try it wet last time. I tried it a little damp, and then I think that made it worse. It's not so bad. It did pretty well around my jawline, especially right there. So I think I'm gonna give it a third shot. Anyway, while that does its thing, I'm gonna go in with the Revolution Soph X Extra Spice palette. Now, I got this in my last haul, and I have played with it a little bit, and I love this palette. When I die, I want this palette buried with me. I want to wander the eternal afterlife wherever I may be, and I want this palette crossed over my unbeating heart. So it is so versatile. I am in love with the shades, and the pigment just is so good. I'm going to go in with these warm shades today, and probably a little deeper to get, you know, in that outer corner. But I'm just gonna do a really quick fall eye. I'm gonna first go in with Vitamin C, which is this beautiful, like, sunshine yellow color. I am in love with this shade, but I feel like yellow is such a hard color to get a good color payoff for, and they have done so well, and I love it. It's not chalky. It just looks so natural. I just watch, fall in love, you know. So I'm gonna go in with this Morphe M501, just tapered blending blush. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, tapered blending brush. So I'm gonna go in with that Vitamin C color and kind of pack that on there. So I'm just gonna go in that crease on both sides. Okay, so I have that nice transition shade in there, nice and blended out. I just want a good starting point. I want it very yellow because I want to be happy. And you know how you be happy? You look happy. What's happier than yellow? So next I'm going to go in with a fluffy blending brush. I'm going to use I'm going to use an e.l.f. blending brush. It's pretty fluffy. Love this thing. I love e.l.f. I am so impressed with them as of late. So I just patted Running Late, this light orange shade. Don't have to use much. It is so pigmented. I am going to tap off a little bit, and then I'm going to go into the crease, and I'm just going to go everywhere here. So next, I'm going to go in with a little denser blending brush. This is the e.l.f. contour brush. It's just dense up here, so I'm going to use that to help pack in some crease color. And I'm going to go in with this Sweet and Sour color. So it's a deeper orange. It's very pretty. I like it a lot. I love me some orange tones. Don't know why. So I'm just going to go in to that outer corner and blend into the crease. Okay, so last but not least, I'm going to go in with this Cheesecake color. It's like a warm red tone brown, and I want it to help add some depth to my crease. So I'm gonna go in with my favorite of all time brush, Morphe M507, and I'm just gonna get a little bit of that color on there, boop, boop, and then go in from the outer corner and blend away. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and do my under eye, and then I'm gonna go in with some, just a little pop of shimmer. I think, you know, I was really tempted to use the LA Sun shimmer. It's like this pretty gold. I love it. I am just so in love. But I think I'm gonna go in with Dreams. You know, surprise myself, be a little spontaneous. So I'm going to go ahead and do my under eye, and I'm going to use the Morphe M408. It is a dense smudging brush. And so I'm going to start with Running Late, that lighter orange color. All right, so now that I have that nice little halo of color, I'm gonna go in with Sweet and Sour, that darker orange. Get a little closer to that waterline. Get a little bit of dimension in there. And then I'm gonna go in with a thinner, here it is. It's an e.l.f. smudge brush, and I like this. It doesn't smudge well. Gonna be honest, it doesn't. It is very thin. It has a very thin tip, but I love this when I want that defined line after I've smudged. So it doesn't do its job, but it does fantastic other job, which, hey, that's all of us. All of us have a chance to excel at something we didn't think we were made for. So I'm gonna go in with that cheesecake shade, that last shade we had used. I'm going to just line under here. Okay, so I am done with that part. So I'm going to go in with my just drop it, just throw it everywhere. My Morphe M167. It is a flat brush. I'm going to spray it because I want to shine. I'm going to spray it with the NYX Bear With Me spray, and I've talked about it before. I don't like this spray for my face. It just gets like spritzy straight into your face. I'm not a fan of that, but I do like it for just wetting brushes. I think it does a fine job of that. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in with that Dreams shade. Fingers crossed that this isn't too dark. So I'm going to pat that down from the inner corner out, and I'm going to pray. Oh, yeah. I am in love. I'm so happy. I am so happy right now. I do think I am going to go in with another brilliant tool, my finger, and just pat this on. Yeah, there you go. Give a little extra shine. So I'm gonna then go back in with that big old fluffy brush I used at first. I'm gonna go in with that Sweet and Sour shade. Just a little bit of it, and I'm just gonna blend it into that shimmer. Look how nice that is. So I'm going to then go in with this Real Techniques smudge brush. I'm just using all my smudge brushes. And I'm going to take that Dream shade, get that on there, boop, boop, and just place it in the outer corner. Inner corner. What am I saying? I want some really just controlled placement, which, hey, brings me back to the beginning of the video and feeling in control, right? Circle of life. So that's done. I need to line my eyes, and I am going to go in with just the Ulta gel eyeliner in brown. I think it's just brown. No, it's in Mink. It's brown. I'm going to line my waterline. I'm so glad you can't see how bad my eyebrows are right now. That is done. Should I tweeze my brows? Should I do that? No, not gonna do it. So next I'm going to do my lashes. I'm not going to wear falsies today. I don't feel like it. So I'm going to go ahead and curl them, and I'm going to use the Milani Most Wanted lashes. I love this mascara. I think it does a fantastic job at being a mascara. What more can you ask? So look at that. I love this mascara. I think it's fantastic. It's very natural, but it stays too. I love that. But it doesn't, like, I don't know. You ever feel like you use mascara and then 5 days later you're still having raccoon eyes no matter how much like makeup remover you use? I've been there. It sucks. And this just, it comes off well without like rubbing off or becoming like raccoon eyes during the day. Okay, I'm done. So let's get back to the face. It's been a while, hasn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this Real Techniques blush brush. I'm gonna go ahead and start like just swiping away. I'm gonna get a little bit more, just a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. I know when I first opened that foundation, I said how, and in my haul video, not this video, that it kind of smells like those water baby dolls you would get, like, you know, when you're 5. But it's not bad. I was expecting to be a little overwhelmed, and honestly, I didn't even remember it until it does have that scent still. But it's not overwhelming. Like, I don't smell it right now. I don't think anyone who comes near me is going to think, wow, you smell like a water baby. So overall, I don't think that's a con for this foundation. Now, if you are really sensitive to scents, might want to give it a little sniff in the store before you buy it. But it definitely does do like a good amount of coverage. Redness really isn't peeking through too much, except for like where I'm really red on my cheeks, which I can't fault it. I'm just really red. So overall, I'm really loving this foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my bronzer. I'm gonna use the Milani bronzer. It's in 02 Sunkissed, so it's the Silky Matte bronzer. I am very excited to use this. I haven't used it yet. And I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M105 brush. This is my favorite bronzing brush. I love my sideburns for this. Like, for this reason alone. I guess some people don't like sideburns. They feel self-conscious with them, but I say rock them. Also, I need a haircut, so I can't really say too much. My hair is just a bit of a mess anyway. We're gonna bronze like it's not raining out. And we are the chosen one from the sun. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my, I know technically it is Lorac. I refuse to call it Lorac because I started calling it Lorac, and that's what it is in my brain. Just like when you know, spell out the word Wednesday, you say Wednesday. It is the Wednesday of highlighters. So, this is in Daylight. I love this. I love it so much. It is my go-to highlighter when I want something very natural. I think, you know, there definitely are some drugstore brands that could work for this look. Definitely. I just want to use my Lorac highlighter. I haven't used it in a very long time. Now I am going to carve first off. And that was the Real Techniques sculpting brush. I love this to carve out, or should I say, sculpt my jawline. And then I'm going to go in with this fan brush. Any fan brush will work. I just have this one. It's It Cosmetics. So I'm just gonna take that and put it on the cheekbone and up here. A fan brush is great when you are wanting a more diffused look, so a more natural look, and that is what I want. I want to look like I woke up like this, sort of. If I woke up like this and I was a fall goddess, but you know what? I could be. You never know. Who knows what's out there? See how nice that is? It's such a beautiful, natural glow. So I'm done with that. And, you know, typically I would go with like a dusty plum, you know, being pretentious, a dusty plum blush with this look because it's very fall. But I'm gonna surprise myself. I'm gonna go in with a coral blush. And this is the Super Shock Cheek from Colourpop in Tasty. It is this very pretty shimmery like coral. And I really like these. I like these a lot. I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques stippling brush. So I'm just gonna tap and spin this because I want to pick up that product and I want a very nice diffused look. Now you cannot tap this off. So when you go in, do not overdo it. You do not want to like, you know. So gentle smile and don't overdo it. I just have, you know, enough. You can see it on here. So let's do a little smile like you have a secret. You know what the secret is? That you're awesome. You should believe in yourself. I know it's hard to do sometimes. But, you know, going back on that theme, sometimes you just gotta say, you know, screw you self and do what you gotta do. We'll say that's done. So I'm gonna go in with my handy dandy Colourpop Brow Boss, and it is in Soft Balck. So again, it's pretty much brown, and I'm just gonna go in kind of rough. Going to go in and use my NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. And someone just rang the doorbell. Am I going to get it? No, I'm not. That's how people murder you. It's just the mailman. He's probably not gonna murder me. So I'm using this to set my brows because it is raining outside and I would rather not say goodbye to the tail end of my brow. I like this. It's very nice. It's very natural. It's not super wet. That's my one complaint of the Anastasia brow gel, that it's so wet that I feel like if you make a mistake, it's unforgiving. This seems like it's gonna give you a second chance. What color do I want for my lips today? You know what? I'm going in with Colourpop's, I think this is a matte. It's in the color Lightweight. It might be a satin. I don't know why I just try to sniff it as if that would tell me. I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Always Sharp Lip Liner in Audition. I like this a lot. It's a very natural lip liner. Lasting power. Why? Lasting power is not like out of this world, but I think it does its job of lining the lips, so. I'm mainly using it for the shade, because I think it's a very nice, just nude shade. It's not too dark. Do I think this is worth the money? Not really. I love Smashbox, I really do. I love their lip products, to be honest. Their matte lipsticks, they're so good. They last forever. But I think this was like $18, maybe $22. And I don't use it very much. I think like NYX, Milani, their lip liners are better at like lasting power. So am I gonna buy another one of these? Probably not. Will I buy their matte lipsticks? Yes, I will. You know what I'm noticing? A little bit of creasing right around my mouth. That's not cool. Noticing a little bit of just issues around my nose too. We'll see. So I'm gonna go in with lightweight. Yeah. That's the color I wanted. It matches my shirt. Oh, sweet. Okay. I like that. And I'm gonna go back in with that Catrice Prime and Fine, same as I used earlier. So yeah, while that sets, pretty easy fall look, you know, not too bad. I will come in later and let you know how the foundation held up. But yeah, back to my earlier point. Don't let anything, including yourself, hold you back from something you want to do. Like, sure, most of your fears about something is going to be irrational. It's just going to be amplified through whatever lens you're looking at it from. For me, that was the lens of people's perception of me, you know, which I can't control. So it's that lack of control. But you know, no matter what it is, no matter what lens you're going through, just remember that you are in control of what you do, you know. So make sure if you're wanting to do something, don't hold yourself back, you know. Sure, go in at it without like reckless abandon, and you can think about it, which isn't a problem, but don't overthink it. Don't let yourself talk yourself out of something you really want to do. And I think that applies to a lot of things in life, be it a new job, be it quitting a job, be it cutting off a toxic friend, be it following a hobby and making it more public. You know, don't let yourself hold you back. So that's my little tidbit of life advice right now. So thanks for getting ready with me. That's big. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for getting ready with me and sticking around. I hope you like this look. I hope it was easy enough to follow, and next time will be the glam look, and I think I will also try out that Millie Bobby Brown foundation next. So stick around if you want to see it, and you know, have a good day. Hey, so this is about 6 hours later. I had finished filming at about 11 a.m. and it is 5 right now, or a little bit after. So I've been wearing this for 6 hours and I have not done any touch-ups whatsoever of anything. So I just wanted to give you a chance to see just how it's holding up. I still have a little bit of that breakage around the nose, which I saw earlier, so it's not too bad. It has rubbed off a little bit in some areas, but other than that, it's held up fantastic considering what I've put it through. I have been out and about. I've eaten Mexican food, cleaned the entire house, taken a bit of nap, and then drank another pot of coffee. So overall, I think everything's held up really well. Usually after a while, foundation can start to feel tight on the skin, and I can say at this point, mine right now does not. It doesn't really feel uncomfortable or anything, and I want to give a special shout out to this liquid lip because I have not touched this up at all since first applying it, and it's a little worn in some areas, like right here, and there are some areas I want to touch up before I go back out today, but this has held up fantastic considering I've eaten a burrito today, and it still looks practically like it did when I first applied it. Overall, I don't really have any complaints about this foundation. I think it looks beautiful on the skin, and definitely the wear is amazing, because I even sweat while I was cleaning the house, and I pat away a little bit around my hairline and it doesn't look like that. So overall, I will definitely be buying this again once I run out, and I think this is going to be a favorite of mine. So 10 out of 10 would buy again. So I hope that this wear test has helped you if you were on the fence about this foundation. Yeah, well, I will see you around. Till next time.